Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Good to see you today. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, I have YouTube comments open as well as Facebook today. So if for whatever reason you can't see the Facebook live stream, which weirdly has been happening lately, you can head to the YouTube live stream, and I will actually try to look at your comments over there too. So for example, right now on YouTube, we have Ebru Kantemir, who says, "Hello, dear Dan. Have a good live stream." Thank Ebru. And on Facebook, hello, everybody. Hi, Grace. Hi, Jean-Paul. Hi, Michael, who's in Portland. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Molly. Hi, Freda, who informs me that Erie, Pennsylvania currently leads in the amount of snow received. Yeah, because probably many of you don't know this, but we're in the middle of a big snowstorm on the East Coast. And outside my window, there's massive amounts of snow falling, which is kind of great. David Tepfer, my dad, is on YouTube. He's saying he's hearing everything twice, but sometimes that's because you got two windows open. If anybody else is hearing the same thing twice, please let me know, and I'll try to fix that. Hi to Julie in the Basque Country in France. Hi to Anne Florence. Hi Frank Schumann. Hi Ron. Yay! So glad you're all here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna dive right in and play some music. Here we go. Well, little free improvisation to start off the day. Hi to Ron Weber, who's on YouTube, and Lori Wilson. Ron Weber says, the best part of Mondays is being right here. Well, thank you very much. It's an important part of Mondays for me, too. Definitely the best part of my Mondays, too. Marlia Reese says, better late than never. I'm going to blame last week's 3 feet plus of snow. And this is the best way to kick off February. Thank you. Choice Glasgow says, sounds good for a snowy day. And Jen Detour says, you need a snowflake filter. Yeah, okay. Well, while I'm at it, I think I promised you something last week. I think I promised you a picture of me as a kid playing the piano. And here it is. Are you ready for this? Bam! There it is. There's me. Age, I don't know. Maybe my dad can weigh in. Dad? Can't be very old there. Maybe 1.5 or something like that, or even younger. I really don't know. But I'm not exactly playing the piano in that picture. But I probably was a second before or a second afterwards, because I definitely banged on that piano as a baby. And that's the piano I grew up with, actually. That's the piano that my family had from before I was born to probably age 15, something like that. And they still have that piano, actually. So there you go. Promise fulfilled. What else are we going to do today? Jonathan Glass says, prodigy. Oh, hi, Kristen Berardi. Thanks for joining us. Silvano Raffo says, is that a short piano or were you very tall? No, it's a normal piano, but I mean, you don't have to be very tall to reach the keys of a piano. They're pretty low. And Alan Haggard says I was 1.5 to 2 years old. That sounds right. My dad, though, says about 1 year old. So I think he has the authority here. Let's say that I was 1 year old there. Okay? Because I started walking at 9 months, apparently. So, Joyce Glasgow requests an improv on distance is no object. And I think earlier, what did I see? Silvano Raffo says, how about a minimalistic improv for Glass's birthday? That's kind of a great idea, and I hadn't thought of it. But yeah, Philip Glass, the composer Philip Glass, the minimalist composer Philip Glass, had a birthday very recently. I can't remember, it was just a few days ago. And that's a great idea. I will do a free improvisation in honor of Philip Glass. Here we go. A little free improvisation in honor of Philip Glass. A hard person to really pay tribute to, because his style is so incredibly. It's almost like he's a stereotype of himself. So if you're trying to pay tribute to him, it's hard to be anything but a stereotype of him as well. Anyway, I tried. Hope you enjoyed that. Frank Geyer says, repeat congratulations on the NYC to Paris live stream. For those of you who missed it, on Thursday, as part of the Night of Ideas, which is this kind of amazing, very French initiative of the French Institute, or the French consulate, I guess. Actually, I'm not sure exactly who's behind it, but it's a French cultural initiative. I played duo with my friend Thomas Enko, who's an amazing pianist in Paris. And I was playing here in Brooklyn, and he was playing in Paris. And we were using Jack Trip, which is this program I've been using to play music over the internet. But of course, this was way farther than I've ever done this before. I've always done it within a radius of about 150 miles. And so Thomas Enko has a fiber internet connection in Paris. I have a fiber connection here. And actually, the first thing that really surprised me was how clean our connection was. We had a super clean connection. But of course, just because of the sheer distance involved, which is like 3,500 miles, there is a minimum kind of latency that you're never going to be able to get past. But we realized it wasn't that much. It was like about, or maybe even less, like something like that. And so it wasn't like the experiences with Jack Trip that I've had here, where it's almost like you're playing in the same room with someone. Actually, often it's literally like you're playing in the same room with someone, where the latency is unnoticeable. But it was something that we could deal with, and we even managed to play my tune Back At Ya, which is actually just an inversion of All the Things You Are. We managed to play that in 7/4 between Paris and New York, and I think it really works musically, even with that delay. What that delay ends up doing is that it feels like we're each really laying back on the time relative to one another, and it's just kind of something to get used to and play through. So that was pretty cool, and thanks to I know a bunch of you were able to join us for that, and the amazing Patti Smith played right after us, which is pretty amazing. I'm a gigantic fan of her book, especially Just Kids, which is an utter masterpiece. I'm not sure who Mr. PJBXYZ is on YouTube, but he says, now do Schubert, his birthday too was yesterday, or do Be My Love in honor of Mario Lanza, whose birthday was also yesterday. I'm not sure I can do Schubert. Yeah, Kristen Berardi says, wow, that's so cool. Well done. Well, we'll have to try it, Kristen, between Switzerland and Paris. I mean, Switzerland and Brooklyn. It might work. Jen Detour says, from talking to musicians I know here in Paris, you seem to be the only person using Jack Trip, and everybody wants to use it. Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not that easy to use. But maybe I'll get back on my project to make it more easily accessible to everyone. Okay. What am I going to play now? I think I have a surprise for you. One of the things I did with Thomas Enko on Thursday is that I played saxophone. We did a free improvisation together where he played violin and I played sax. And that made me play the sax a little bit more, and it reminded me that I wanted to get back to this project I have of being able to take audio signals from acoustic instruments and then have my piano harmonize them in real time. And so I'm going to do that with the sax. Let's try this. Okay. In some ways, maybe that was a better tribute to Philip Glass, if you know what I mean. Wow, that was really fun. That was my first time doing that. That was my first time really doing that. Certainly the first time doing it in public, as it were. So that was really fun. I've talked about this many times before, but to me, there's something really special about an improvised dialogue with something that sends unpredictable things your way. So in this case, I wrote this algorithm that's able to pitch track what I'm playing or what I'm singing if I'm singing, but in this case I'm playing the sax. And then I have this whole other algorithm that understands harmonic movement in a certain way, and so then as I'm playing, it's matching the notes I'm playing to the chords that it's playing. And there's some other things happening too. Bill Simmons on YouTube says, "How did you pick up the sax? Did Lee Konitz help you learn to play the sax, or could you always play it?" Actually, my folks got me a sax when I was 17 or something like that, and it's something I've been playing as a complete amateur. I I've never worked at it seriously, but I've always really enjoyed it ever since. And with Lee Konitz definitely gave me tips on the saxophone, and obviously is a big inspiration at all levels, including saxophone. But a couple times I used to tour with my sax so that I'd have something to play in the hotel room if I couldn't find a piano to practice on. And a couple times on like our third or fourth encore after a gig, I actually busted my alto sax out, and there's some amazing moments of us playing two saxophone duets on some of these live streams that I've done. Sorry, what am I saying? Not live streams. On some of these concerts that I've done that I did with Lee Konitz. So that was pretty special. Marlia Reese says, surreally splendid, especially since that tiny black cord looks at time like it's what's playing the piano. Oh yeah, that's right. There's that microphone cable going across the piano. Oh, Dan Schmidt is with us. I just learned this week that he was one of the original programmers on Guitar Hero, which is pretty amazing. That's quite a claim to fame. I'm sure you guys all remember that video game that took the entire world by storm, where you play this fake guitar and match rock and roll songs. And he says, that piano under the sax reminded me a little of the G-flat impromptu. So you got some Schubert in there after all. Yeah, man. Exactly. Let's see. Joyce Glasgow says, this sounds like a chamber saxophone piece influenced by French impressionistic music. Beautiful and haunting. And yes, Philip Glass. Oh, and Deborah Kossoff is with us. She's one of my childhood friends. We went to junior high together and high school. We went to high school and junior high together. Hi, Deborah. Nice to have you with us. Okay, what am I going to play now? Oh yeah, you know what? I was thinking, since I played Back At Ya duo with Thomas Enko on Thursday, I think I want to play it again for you. But maybe I'll play it with a beat on the piano. I think that'd be fun. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe do it in 7. And bear with me, I got to put some screws in my piano. Maybe I'll give you the overhead view so you can see what's going on there. Okay, so here's a screw, and here it goes. I guess you can't really see that very well. Okay, I think I'm going to tell a joke to pass the time. Those of you who follow me on Twitter may have noticed that I invented a joke the other day. And it's the first time in my life that I've invented a joke that I really sincerely feel could be a joke that like kids tell each other. So see if this speaks to you, see if it speaks to your kids possibly, but here's the joke. What do you call a perceptive fart? What do you call a perceptive fart? The answer is, what do you call a perceptive fart? An astute ass toot. Yep. I think that's very funny, personally. And I really hope it takes the world by storm. I made it up myself. Okay. Let's try this. This is going to be Back At Ya, which is just an inversion of All the Things You Are. And it's going to be in 7 with a beat. So let's see what happens here. This should be fun. Just got to change a little setting here. Okay, here we go. Well, there you go. An improvisation on Back at Ya, this, which is just a chromatic inversion of All the Things You Are. Okay, I'm getting some good feedback from my joke. Let's see. Sharon Girard says, this is a grade 4 boys joke. That's exactly the target audience. That is the target audience. So if you have some grade 4 boys or girls, let's not count the girls out, maybe try telling them the joke. Try telling them the joke and see if it catches on. I mean, also it builds vocabulary. You know, in order to understand this joke, your child will need to understand the words perceptive and astute and understand that they're synonyms, more or less. So, you know, I really, I think it's a win-win kind of situation. Alan Haggard says, ha, ha, ha. Daniele Prolong says, clever. Ade Chopek has a laughing emoji, as does Carol McGoffin, as does Grace Chu. I think I'm onto something here, except Ron Weber, who says, maybe stand-up is not your calling. Yeah, I think I told this story once, that I actually had a nightmare years ago, that I finally got my dream gig at the Village Vanguard. I was playing with my trio at the Village Vanguard. And of course, in the dream, the Village Vanguard, you know, which is the most prestigious jazz club in the world, wasn't this small room that it actually is. It had like a balcony, and it was much bigger than it was. And I got up on stage, and I started introducing the band, and I cracked like a little joke while I was introducing the band. And people started laughing, and I said to myself, oh, maybe I'll crack some more jokes. And anyway, I just kept telling jokes during the entire set, and I never actually played music. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is wonderful. You know, I think I've found my calling. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. And then at the end of the set, people that I knew in the crowd started coming up to me saying, you know, Dan, I'm really sorry about what happened. It's a shame that your debut at the Vanguard was such a disaster. And then the owner of the club, Lorraine Gordon, who has since passed away, she came up to me and kind of escorted me out of the club. So that was my nightmare about stand-up comedy. Speaking of which, I should probably play some more music. Yeah, but I feel like there's something to that joke, you know? What do you call a perceptive fart? An astute ass toot. Yeah. Okay, here's an announcement for you. This Thursday, sorry, not this Thursday, this Sunday, February 7th, at 3 p.m. New York time, which is 10 a.m. in Hawaii, 12 p.m. in San Francisco, 3 p.m. in New York, 8 p.m. in London, 9 p.m. in Paris, etc. I am playing duo with one of the greatest jazz pianists, a 15-time Grammy nominee, and incidentally, one of my teachers and mentors, the great Fred Hirsch. And as usual, this is going to be a ticketed live stream, so you got to buy a ticket, and you can get that at dantepfer.com/tix. And they're $5 plus a donation if you like. But I would absolutely love to have you there. That's this Sunday, February 7th at 3 p.m. New York time, and really hope you can join. We're gonna play some compositions of Fred's. We're gonna play hopefully some new compositions of mine if I can write them very soon, and we're gonna play some standards too and take requests and questions and things like that. Fred is gonna be in Pennsylvania, about 85 miles away from me, and I'm gonna be here in Brooklyn. But we've already tested it out, and it works really well. We have a really good connection over the internet together, so it's going to be, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And actually, I've known Fred for 16 years, coming up on 17 years, and we have never performed together. So this is going to be really, really special. So please join us and get your tickets for $5 at dantepfer.com/tix, D-T-I-X. Kristen Berardi, who has I think a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. I think I'm getting those ages slightly wrong. But she says, I dig the joke. So that's good. That's good news. Spread the word. Spread the word about the joke. Let's see if it can catch on. Okay. I'm going to play some more music, but what am I going to play? Do you guys have any requests? In the meantime, I'm going to read one more comment, which is from Joyce Glasgow, who says, "That's frightening to be escorted out by Lorraine." And indeed, Lorraine Gordon, who was the owner of the Village Vanguard, was a really scary person. She was a very powerful woman. And one time I played there with Lee Konitz, and we had just played a really nice set, I have to say. We actually were getting a standing ovation. Okay, and Lee was a master of leaving people wanting more. We played this really nice set. People stood up, gave us a standing ovation, and Lee started walking off the stage. And we'd made it all the way back to basically the Village Vanguard. You had the audience here and the stage here, and we had walked all the way around to behind the audience. The audience was standing, giving us a standing ovation. And Lorraine Gordon started yelling. She said, "You call that a set? Get back up there. I want my hour and 15 minutes. Because we'd only played like an hour and 5 minutes. And it was really, really humiliating. And we actually had to get back up on the stage and play another 10 minutes of music, even though that was the perfect ending for the set. Ron Weber requests, play a little Tristano-inspired stuff. Okay, that's a good request. And Paul Donnelly says something Yusef Lateef inspired. Ooh, I love Yusef Lateef. I actually have his book here. I'm going to save that for next week. Maybe I'll dig something up from his book and play something of Yusef Lateef's. That would be amazing. Frank Schumann requests some Bach and original tuning. Yeah, that would be great. I wish I could do that on this piano here. Wow, there's a lot of requests for Bach. Silvano Raffo says, Bach followed by improvisation with voice. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll play some Bach, followed by an improvisation with voice. I love that idea. Here we go. Da 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 ba da 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 da. Ya da da ba da 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 ya ya da. Da da ya da da. Da 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 da. Da da di da. Da 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 di ya da da. La da 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 la da 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 ya da 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 ya da da ya da da ya do re ha. Da da ya da da ya da 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 la da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da 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 la la da 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 dee da da dee da dee la la da 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 la dee la da da dee da da dee da 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 ba la la di la di la do I la da da di da la la di da da do 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 la di da di la da da. That was Bach's Invention in E major, followed by free improvisation with voice, as requested by Joyce Glasgow and a few others, I think. AJ Shopek says, I feel so privileged to be sharing these moments with all of you, and I feel exactly the same. Joyce Glasgow says, your improv is a 21st century Elizabethan love song. Beautiful. I like that description. Yeah. Helen Small on YouTube requests All the Things You Are. That's a nice request. I have played that many times. I wonder if anyone has a different request. Actually, I saw that someone requested a standard in honor of Tony Bennett. Because Tony Bennett, it just came out in the news today, has been suffering from Alzheimer's, which is sad news. It's amazing that he managed to stay so active and at such a high level in the music for so long. And so that's a nice idea, standard for Tony Bennett. I'm definitely not going to sing though. So, what shall I play? Maybe Darn That Dream for Tony Bennett. Darn That Dream for Tony Bennett. Marcy Adriana says, I feel extremely sad and abandoned tonight, so thank you for your beautiful music. It helps me a lot here in my tower. Well, sorry, Marcy. Hope you feel better soon, and I'm glad that we can connect through this medium, because if there's one thing that I think music has the potential to do is just to make us feel less abandoned, make us feel more together. And that's definitely a huge thing that doing these Monday live streams has brought for me, is feeling together with you all. All right, I think I'll play one last one. Joyce Glasgow says, I hope we can find a way of preventing Alzheimer's and dementia. It breaks my heart to think of Tony Bennett losing his faculties. An amazing painter and musician losing control over his brain, thinking and creating makes me weep along with this poignant dedication. One thing to note, for those of you who have read Oliver Sacks's Musicophilia or other sources, you'll remember that even in cases of very advanced Alzheimer's, musical memory is usually the last thing to go. There are many examples of conductors or pianists or singers who, even after they've lost the ability to even recognize their loved ones, are still able to make music with often surprising ability. So hopefully Tony Bennett will still be able to have music in his mind, have music in his world. Paul James Brown says, yes, he will be singing no matter what. Yeah, I think that's true. Till his last, I'm sure Tony Bennett will be singing. Yeah, there was a request from Ron Weber for Coltrane's Equinox. I don't know Equinox, but actually I know some other Coltrane songs. Grace Chu says, my dad's love for music is keeping him alive. That's great. And Daniele Prolong says, the world misses Oliver Sacks. Indeed it does. How about I do a John Coltrane song? Maybe with the disclavier drums. I think I might try Countdown. How about that? Sally Spritz says, Fred Hirsch from Cincinnati, my hometown. Yes, that is the Fred Hirsch from Cincinnati, but a longtime New York resident. For those of you who missed it, I'm playing with Fred Hirsch this Sunday, February 7th at 3 p.m. New York time, and tickets are $5 at dantepfer.com/tix, T-I-X. So here we go. I'm going to do Countdown by John Coltrane. That was fun. Thank you for that suggestion of some Coltrane. That was Countdown by John Coltrane. Sally Spritz says, my cousin just told me Fred Hirsch's father was an attorney in Cincinnati and the family was part of our German Jewish community there. That definitely checks out. Yep. And Marlia Reese says, thank you, Dan. Watched on YouTube this time. See everyone on Sunday, maybe, and again on live stream in a week for sure. And Tommy Wilson, thank you for joining us today. This was great fun playing for you. If by any chance anyone is just joining us now, I want to remind you one last time, I'm playing this Sunday duo with the great Fred Hirsch. It's going to be a ticketed live stream, and you can get your $5 tickets at dantepfer.com/TIX. That's this Sunday, February 7th. Bill Simmons says, thanks a lot, Dan. Have really enjoyed the stream. Well, thank you, Bill. Very much appreciate it. Marlia Reese says, getting ticks. Great. Thank you. Thank you for supporting live music in these times when doing live music is a little more challenging than usual, and especially getting paid for it. So I very much appreciate that. Marlia Reese also says, this live stream makes time stand still in the most delightful way. I'm not sure I could take that as a compliment, but thank you. Adrian Brand says, BBC Radio ran a piece about a man with Alzheimer's who improvised a piano piece in 2020, which was played in Broadcasting House and picked up and arranged by the BBC Symphony Orchestra and went up the charts. Wow. I'd like to see that. If you can share a link maybe on social media later, that'd be cool. But I'm not surprised. Yeah, people with Alzheimer's can still make amazing music if they mastered music before they got Alzheimer's. Okay, hope to see you all on Sunday. Really looking forward to that. That's going to be very special, playing with Fred Hirsch for the first time. And thanks to you all for joining us today. This was really fun, and I'll see you Sunday, and if not Sunday, I'll be back next Monday at the same time. Take care, everybody.